I'm your host, Sauce McKenzie. Welcome to the Concrete Genius Podcast. I thank you for joining me as always. Get a copy of my book, The Game Changer, 8 Tips for Man to Find Peace. I appreciate you for tapping in. Thank you for tapping in. I'm going to start off on this beautiful Monday. NFL football yesterday. The weather has been amazing all weekend. Great college football, great NFL. But I'm going to dive right off into the NFL, and I'm going to start with the Indianapolis Colts. First of all, I want to say rest in peace again to Jim Irsay. Jim Irsay, what you did, bringing the Colts to Indianapolis, your family, your dad, bringing the franchise here, changing the profile and the facial landscape of this city by giving a football team and what that means to the economy and to the self-esteem of a city cannot be understated. So you keeping the team here, bringing the team here, I sincerely appreciate that, bringing NFL football to Indiana. Most of the time, we used to have to be Bears fans. So to bring a team to Indiana and that team actually win a Super Bowl, that's what I'm looking at. That's the positive way I'm spinning this. And also, I want to send a shout out to some of you people that are negative about some of the trials and tribulations that Mr. Irsay went through. I think it's kind of tasteless. I think it's pointless. And I think we all have demons that we've dealt with. Some public, some private, but we all have demons. Or someone in our family has. So people don't understand how courageous it is to battle your demons until you actually have to do it. So it's easy to throw rocks and hide your hands, throw stones if you live in a glass house. Everybody wants to get on the internet and lash out and say something nasty to patch up the trauma that they're going through. You know, and you guys will sit up here and be living in the nastiest conditions, having the most miserable lives. A lot of y'all in bad health, but you want to get on here and you want to comment about this man's struggles and what he dealt with, what he overcome. What has the strongest thing you've overcame in your life before you criticize Jim Irsay? See, before we black, before we white, we human. And if tragedy or mental or physical or emotional struggles don't make you have compassion for a person, then you're not human. And I just want to say thank you to the Irsay family for bringing the Colts here. It's been very entertaining watching them. I think what's it been since 1987, 84 maybe? So you guys are literally what, 20, 30 plus years here? So I know what you guys mean to the city. I know what having a franchise means to this city. I know how prideful Indianapolis residents are, Indiana residents are, to have a team in their state, in their city. And for that, you should always be acknowledged. And I pray and I'm in good confidence and understanding that your family will take great care of the franchise. And so I wanted to say that. Now, let's get to the real stuff, the football. First of all, what a dominant performance by the Indianapolis Colts. I mean, just total domination. They look better. And you know what's something that alerted me? I heard the announcer say that Coach Shane Steichen was very, very disappointed in the conditioning of his football team last year. Insert whatever joke you have, on your own accord. But he was very, very concerned with the physical conditioning or lack thereof last year. So this year he brought an intent to practice faster and to play faster. And he said they got at least 400 extra reps in during camp. And for those that's not familiar with football, 400 reps is a lot, right? So you can see the difference in the coach. They look faster, they look livelier, they look springier, bouncier, faster twitch muscles. It's a very, very good first game for the Indianapolis Colts franchise. And Daniel Jones, let me be the first to say, I might have jumped the gun, buddy. It may not have been you. It may have been the New York Giants organization. It may have been your coach. But, man, you looked amazing yesterday. If you play like that all through camp, I see why Anthony Richardson didn't get the job. Because you were phenomenal. The offense moved around, and Tyler Warren, what a great pickup. You know what I mean? I can understand why the fans love him, because he's going to be this generation's version of Dallas Clark. And if you don't know how good Dallas Clark was, he was phenomenal. And I see a lot of Tyler Warren and Dallas Clark just being able to move him in different spots on the field, outside, slot, line him up on the line as a tight end, put him in the backfield. He has great hands, great ability to track the ball. He runs a brilliant route tree. So I'm very excited about the Colts. The defense was jumping around. And so great first showing by the Indianapolis Colts. The Miami Dolphins, what are we doing? Coach McDaniel, you were the smart guy in the room. What is this, man? That's lethargic and pathetic, and you didn't look prepared to play. See, it's one thing to lose, right? A lot of teams lost. But no team looked less prepared to play football than the Miami Dolphins. And that's a problem because a lack of intensity starts at the top. So you can blame things on special teams or offense or defense, but when your entire roster is lethargic, did you guys not want to come to Indy? Do you not love Indianapolis? Are the hotels here not nice? Because that was just disgusting. I made a post yesterday. I said everybody involved with the Miami Dolphins deserves 35 years of probation, house arrest, because that was disgusting. And if you're the owner of the Miami Dolphins, you deserve better. And right now, they may be the first team to can that coach. If we get two more of these types of lack of effort from the Miami Dolphins, their coach doesn't make it to the fourth game. That was just absolutely disgusting, embarrassing to watch. And I'm saying this from a Colts fan, but it was almost like by the second quarter, y'all had quit. Nobody wanted to be here. There was no fire. The simplest plays couldn't be executed. And so right now, the Miami Dolphins are in absolute first place for being the worst team in the league. Even if they have more talent than other teams, they were by far the most lethargic team I saw yesterday. And I watched all the games because you know I'm an avid bettor. Let's go. The big one last night, Buffalo, Baltimore. What a game. What a game. Lamar Jackson was phenomenal. The yardage, the completion percentage. But Josh Allen, that fourth quarter was just legendary. That's one of those games you're going to remember for the rest of your life. You know how you a kid and you had those Dan Fouts, and this is to my OGs, them Dan Fouts versus Dan Marino games. That's what that reminded me of last night. Just a good old-fashioned shootout. You know what I mean? Mahomes versus Goff. Manning versus Brady. Just a good quarterback duel. Phenomenal plays all over the field. To come back down from 15 in the last, 330, 340? Hey, Josh Allen, you a bad boy. I'm not going to let the hype or whatever America's trying to do make me not give you your props. You a bad boy. Black, white, green, Martian, you a bad boy, right? I've stated time and time how great Lamar is, and Lamar is great. Lamar played spectacular, but Josh Allen, that was phenomenal. Considering what you have to work with on your roster, I don't want to make this equation, but I'm going to make it because this is what I see. You giving me vibes from the year Cam Newton went 15-1 and went to the Super Bowl. That's what I see. Now, if the Buffalo Bills were smart, I would do whatever I could to try to get Tyreek Hill from the Miami Dolphins. Whatever I could. The Dolphins don't care. It's already over for the Dolphins. You need an elite, game-changing wide receiver in Buffalo. And you need some defensive player, all right? And then maybe a defensive coordinator, maybe. You gotta bring in somebody off the street to kind of be his advisor, one of them old guys, Wade Phillips or somebody, I don't know. But your defense is suspect. But Buffalo, man, y'all look good, man. Like, Josh Allen is a rare talent. And don't waste his talent just not putting the right people and pieces around him. He's phenomenal. It was just an amazing game. Derrick Henry, phenomenal. I know he fumbled, but all great players have mistakes, man. It was a great game. D-Hop, the one-handed catch. It's just one of those games where if you're really a true football fan, you don't have nothing to complain. Come on, man, 41-40, opening night of the season. I'm staying up till 12. That's 2 hours past my bedtime, but it was no way I was missing the end of that game, and I'm glad I stayed up. Because I almost went to bed when it was like 30-something, 17, 14. That second decade Derrick Henry run, I was like, it's over. But some said, stay up. Stay up. Josh has always provided exciting games, And think about the time we in with these quarterbacks. Just in the AFC, we got Burrow. We got Mahomes. We got Herbert. We got Lamar. We got Josh Allen. We still got Aaron Rodgers. And let's cherish the moments that we have. CJ Stroud. Like, we got some great quarterback play in the AFC. Let's enjoy that, man. Geno Smith was phenomenal. Shout out to my Las Vegas Raiders, man. You know the vibes. Pete Carroll, great first win. The city is buzzing. I'm so happy for Geno Smith. When you want to tell your kids about adversity, you need to talk about Geno Smith. Just phenomenal game. It's not too many guys that play better quarterback than Geno Smith yesterday. Now, I know guys had better numbers, guys were more flashy, but Geno Smith was phenomenal. I'm not about to dig into the numbers because I don't need the numbers to validate what I saw. Geno Smith was phenomenal. He commanded the game, leader, just everything he's ever dealt. Remember when Geno Smith was with the Jets? Like, think about how many times Geno Smith has had to purchase a new condo, and he never gave up. Think about when he had to hit him with the double bird. Seattle didn't really appreciate him. And y'all should have spent that $5 million for Geno, because Geno wanted to stay. But now we got him in Vegas. And I got a question for you guys. What's the best division in football? Is it the AFC West? Kansas City, San Diego, Denver, and the Raiders. That's a very strong case for the best division in football. Is it the NFC North? Detroit, Green Bay, Minnesota, Chicago. What's your thoughts? It can't be the NFC East because the Giants are in there. So what are your thoughts? What's the best division in football? But shout out to Geno, man. Shout out to the Raiders. Shout out to Pete Carroll. I'm excited. It's a lot of excitement. I'm going to a couple of Raiders games this year. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. And I'm so happy for Geno Smith. Again, if you want to teach your kids about adversity, if things ain't going right for your child or yourself, you got people doing you wrong, trying to stop your opportunities, but you persevering, take a look at Geno Smith, man. Geno Smith might be one of my favorite players of all time because he never let nobody write him off. You know the famous quote, "They wrote me off, but I didn't write back." Geno, that's a hell of a quote, man. If I was younger, I'd get that inked on me. They wrote me off, but I didn't write back. And now he's the quarterback of my Las Vegas Raiders. Let's go, man. That's going to be kind of tough to win that division and make the playoffs. But anything's possible. I saw Brock Bowers go down and you still played a fantastic game, Geno. So I'm looking forward to an exciting season from the Raiders. Geno Smith, Pete Carroll. It's a whole different energy in that organization. And Pete, you still got it, buddy. You still got it. You still got it. ConcreteGeniusMedia.com. It's your boy, Big Sauce. Tap in with the real, man. NFL schedule makers got it right week 1. Some phenomenal games. Just phenomenal games. Big games early. The Buffalo game, the Colts game, Steelers game was phenomenal. Browns, Bengals was phenomenal. And shout out to that Cleveland Browns defense. I know Cincinnati won, and everybody wants to make Joe Burrow genius. That Cincinnati offensive line is atrocious. But I want to give special props to that Cleveland Browns defense, and specifically that front four. Myles Garrett, you one of the 5 best defensive players I've ever seen in my life. This is tough. Reggie White and Myles Garrett. I've never seen a player dominate like I seen Myles Garrett dominate. Like, that reminded me of Derek Thomas, RIP. A lot of y'all ain't old enough to remember Derek Thomas. Derek Thomas, Kansas City Chiefs. Derek Thomas was a linebacker, though. Myles Garrett is Richard Dent on steroids. Not literally, but 2.0. Like, just wreaking havoc, keeping the team in the game. Can you imagine playing defensive back with Myles Garrett? Jesus Christ, bro. You got one back pedal, and then you trying to get an interception. Because you know the quarterback got to throw it, or he got to scramble. So you already eyes to the front. Ain't going to be no deep balls. Because he getting to the quarterback. Shout out to him, even though they lost. These kickers, that Cleveland kicker, you got one job. Put the ball through the uprights. Can I do it? No. But that's all you do. You ain't got to tackle. You ain't got to watch film. You ain't got to scout. All you literally got to do, my G, is kick, man. You blew the extra point, which would at least sent it into overtime. Then you blew the field goal to give him the lead. So, of course, eventually Joe Burrow going to get the first down and secure the game because you blowing the game. So, shout out to the Cleveland Browns defense. That was a phenomenal game yesterday. And speaking of kickers, before I go Jets Steelers, because Jets Steelers is phenomenal, but let's go Atlanta and Tampa Bay. Another great game. Mercedes-Benz was rocking. Baker was good. Michael Penix, you're really good, son. You're a leader. You're tough. The way you dove, stretched for that first down, the way you fought to get in the end zone, you're becoming one of my favorite players because of your grit, your maturity, your poise. Phenomenal display. Baker Mayfield, that pass to, what's his name? And Jigba, I don't want to say his name wrong, the kid out of Ohio State. He's going to be a player to watch, too. One of the best passes I've seen in a long time. That was phenomenal. But we got to talk about that Falcons kicker. Young Ho Koo, come on, man. This is not the time to be missing field goals, man. You cannot cost your team a game to a division rival by a field goal. And I don't know what the solution is for kickers. But all I know is if I bust my ass for 59 minutes and a nigga miss a field goal at the end of the game, I'm pissed. Now, you got to be fair, because if he make it, now everybody jumping around, tapping him on the head. So it's a team game. And when they say football is the ultimate team game, I guess that's what they mean. Because you could literally bust your ass to have the game of your life. And if this kicker don't come out here and put it through the uprights, it's all for naught. Kickers ain't even got to work out, bro. They just been there chilling, kicking. Like, you ain't got to study. You ain't, hey, man, I'm going to kick 100 balls today, bro. I'm going to the crib, man. I got a date at 11. You going to treatment? Nah, I'm going to let you ice my knee tomorrow. You ain't going to work out? Fuck am I working out for? I ain't tackling nobody, nigga. So all you got to do is kick, my G. That's why kickers may be the most frustrating position in sports, at least the sports I watch, football, basketball, and baseball. A place kicker's got to be the most frustrating dude on the team. This nigga ain't even got to bench press 225, but he can make or break your season. He can make or break whether you win a division or you lose a division. One-score games, that's usually the kicker. So shout out to the Falcons, shout out to the Bucks, man. Great game yesterday. Phenomenal. You kickers got to step it up. Steelers, Jets, Aaron Rodgers, Justin Fields. What a game. What a game. Just phenomenal quarterback play. Justin Fields, keep your head up. You pay attention to Geno Smith, Justin Fields. Do not let these folks write your story, man. I'm rooting for you. That was a phenomenal game. You played great yesterday. Technically, I outplayed the Jets, but, you know, shit happens. But great game to the Jets. Aaron Glenn, I'm rooting for you, my brother. But A-Rod, 4 touchdowns. What a game. I just told my guy, Jody McFly, my Steelers correspondent, this may be, and I want you to freeze this take and put it in the Smithsonian. This is going to be Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre, Minnesota Vikings year. Now, I'm not saying they're going to go 15-1, but I can easily see them getting to the AFC second round, AFC championship, getting in as a high wild card. I know it sounds a little crazy. It sounded crazy when I said it. But I'm telling you, Aaron Rodgers' parallel path to Brett Favre is too similar to ignore this. To the Vikings, get to the Packers, win with the Packers, win one, lose one, go to the Jets. Now, you ain't show nobody your Packers, so I'm not. You ain't steal no money from Mississippi, but we just talking strictly football right now. You go to the Jets, it don't really work out like it should, and then you leave the Jets and you go to a stable, competent organization. I can see it. Mike Tomlin's a hell of a coach. That locker room is very, very stable, very mature, very united. And the defense didn't play its best, I'm not going to lie. But when you got a quarterback that you know can throw you 4 touchdowns in a game, when is the last time the Steelers had that? And then, before I get off this game, Jalen Ramsey, what a fucking dog, man. Stop playing with that man. Like, I don't know what he's doing to get to these other teams, but putting that man in the silver, in the Pittsburgh black and yellow, it's gonna be that Steelers Ravens is must-see TV. Because Jalen Ramsey will not be scared to tackle Derrick Henry. I promise you. Just a great game yesterday. Phenomenal game. Green Bay, Micah Parsons, Jordan Love. Y'all got it. Efficient. Receivers across the board. Micah Parsons, good to see you in Wisconsin. Get settled in. I'm excited. But my problem with Green Bay is I don't trust y'all coach in the playoffs. I don't trust his decision-making. He's a smart guy, very calm demeanor on the sideline. He gets the job done, very efficient, regular season guy. I don't trust him. Until I see him win a game that he ain't supposed to win, I don't trust him. And he's going to have to win a game he's not supposed to win the Super Bowl. And just seeing him in the playoffs, seeing how his team's executing the playoffs, I haven't seen it. Not saying it can't be there. Because there's been a lot of coaches took some ass whoopings before they finally won it. So I'm not knocking him. Andy Reid used to get his ass, get smacked upside the head. And he went to Kansas City and he started dominating, changed his whole profile. So I'm not saying the Green Bay coach is not. Actually, to me, he's one of the smartest, efficient coaches in the league in the regular season. His teams are always prepared to play, disciplined. I don't see him getting a lot of penalties. So the Packers organization is very well ran, but I got to see it in the playoffs. Now, are they the favorite in that division to me? I agree. But you know who's my NFC favorite? The Los Angeles Rams. And I know. But I'm telling you, something is telling me that this is the Rams' year. I don't know how. I don't know why. But if you ask me and I had to trust one coach to get to the Super Bowl, after a couple of down years, it's Sean McVay. See, one thing about smart people, they going to always correct the ship. And Sean McVay is a smart coach. It don't matter what sport he coaching. You know how you just see some people and they got it together? If he was a manager of my stock portfolio, I'd be like, Sean got it together. So Devontae Adams, Nakua, Stafford, Williams, that defense, just give them some time. Don't be shocked if the Rams win that division. That's my sleeper Super Bowl pick. That Rams-Texas game, I know it. You look at the score, you look at some of the stats, it's not pretty, but the Texans are a very, very good team. Very well-coached team. So don't let that score, sometimes them 17-13 games, those are the kind of games between two great teams, and it's just like a great chess match. And sometimes you get to 41-4. Some teams, I think, got better rosters, way better rosters that don't equal up to the coaching. And then I think some teams got excellent coaching that can bring the best out of the roster. See, I think Buffalo's and Baltimore's roster is so good that anybody could coach it. I think when you talk about the Houston Texans of the NFL, the LA Rams, the Colts, these are teams, Tampa Bay, these are teams that have to be coached well to win. And I think, that's when you get into the nuts and bolts of the coaches. So, in the short, Rams is my sleeper. I still love Pat Mahomes, tough loss. But, man, that Jim Harbaugh, man, I'm starting to believe. I see the physicality. It takes about 2 to 3 years for a Harbaugh program to really kick in. You saw some signs last year. But that second training camp, the physicality, the toughness, the way they tackling, the way they communicating, the way the defense is adjusting the audibles. See, that's the type of stuff you look at. And it's just like, they look good, man. They look real good. They look like the 49ers when Patrick Willis and those guys was running around. And I'm not jumping the gun, but this is going to be a great year of football. ConcreteGeniusMedia.com. It's your boy, Sauce McKenzie. Follow me on all socials, man. I'm your host with the most. Welcome to the Concrete Genius Podcast. It is me. I am him. We is us. And that's been an amazing football take. FanDuel, it's cool. I got y'all. Y'all got me a little bit. What FanDuel best did I win? Browns plus 4.5. That was a gimme. Bills, Ravens over. That was a gimme. Falcons over was a gimme. I bought it down, but it still cost a lot of people money because of the kickers. Denver Broncos looked pretty bad yesterday. And I know Colin Coward and all those guys, the Broncos played bad and still won. Nah, I don't want to hear that. Y'all been calling Sean Payton Jesus for 6 months and Bo Nix Abraham. So I need to see some biblical activity when I see the Denver Broncos. I'm going to give them a pass this week. But I thought Broncos was a lock to blow out the Titans. First-year quarterback on the road, that was a subpar performance, Denver. Tighten up. The Chargers are coming. The Raiders are coming, and the Chiefs been here. So don't be the odd man out. Because like I said, y'all turned Sean McVay into Albert Einstein after a loss. So I don't want to hear all that crap. Denver didn't look as good as I thought. And Brock Purdy, decent game. But can we chill with did Brock Purdy prove anything takes, man? ESPN, Fox, whoever. Like, that was a below-average game. All right, it was some great physical moments in the game, but it was one of them sleeper West Coast games that you can take a nap on or go get your girl something to eat. It was not a great game. And so let's have an understanding and realize that Brock Purdy played okay, but let's not get out of control here. All right? Let's relax. All right? ConcreteGeniusMedia.com. It's your boy Sauce McKenzie. Follow me on all socials, man. What we got? Oh. Last but not least, New York Giants. What we got? Brian Dable, I like you, man. You know, I like old little, I'm a bald guy, smart guy, you got the pencil in the ear. But that ain't going to get it, bro. 6 points, that ain't going to get it, man. I think the Commanders are overvalued slightly. But it's hard to tell with the way that offense played from the Giants. Russell Wilson, I love you, brother. I love you. You're a great human being. You embody what a Christian should be. You are a great man, Russell Wilson. And I appreciate you. But you made a lot of money playing this game, buddy. You got a beautiful family. You're a leader in the community. You say the right things. But between you, your coach, and your coordinators, that was awful. I know you got it in you, Russ. I need you to get in that quarterback room and come up with something. Because I don't even know if it's time to throw Jackson Dart out there because that shit's atrocious. That old line is criminal. You can't run the ball. You can't pass protect. You're going to have to make some changes. So right now, between the Giants and the Dolphins, those are by far, to me, the two most dysfunctional teams. I'm not talking Saints, not talking Cardinals. Good luck. God bless. ConcreteGeniusMedia.com is your boy Big Sauce. Follow me on all social. Speaking of Russell Wilson, right?